not showing my screen. There we go. Welcome to Club Doom. I clicked on the random page thing. This week has been awful. I don't think there's been a single day that's gone by in the past 7 days where I ain't been pissed off at something, so I'm so glad I got to do this stream. Oh my god. I'm like late and shit. Been a rough day. So, enough bitching. Well, actually maybe not just yet cuz no one's in the chat yet. So maybe I have more reason to bitch. Maybe everyone forgot about me. All around the familiar faces. Oh shit. Ruben's here saying he got fired. Well, shit, that's even worse than my week. Sorry to hear that, bro. That's awful. God damn, everyone's having a shitty week. I don't know if that makes me feel any better, though. Knowing everyone's having a shitty week, that kind of make me feel worse. Everyone down bad. Yeah, employment in the Dimensional Burge has been dog shit. No cat. I don't know where to put my water. As you know, I'm still in the process of a move. And I don't have a table. This is all going on from my bed. I'm so glad I don't use a webcam for my streams. The GameStop store. Oh yeah. Playing Pokemon Sword. Have a good rest of the week. I hope so too. But enough trauma dumping. We're gonna talk about Nintendo today. Now Nintendo and Chris go way back. Well, actually, Chris just goes way back with the Nintendo products. Nintendo don't even know Chris exists, because if they did, they would sue the ever-loving shit out of him. Because Nintendo be one of them, like, traditional Japanese copyright, like, lawsuit-happy nutjob companies. You know, where if you so much as, like, make a cardboard cutout of a Game Boy because you want to play pretend Game Boy with your friends at a summer camp where you can't have video games. They finna fly personally to the fucking campsite so they can slap a subpoena on your butt cheeks. Like, just staple it to your butt cheeks. I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan. for reasons like that. That, and they always had a tendency to fuck up some of my favorite games. It was like it's like even back in the day, Nintendo had like this knack, this bad habit, this talent for just pissing me off for the dumbest shit. I remember Wolfenstein 3D when that dropped. No blood. We turned the German shepherds into giant rats. Hitler is now named Statmeister, and he is the ruler of the Federation, the miscellaneous Federation. Like, wow, that's lame. Then they censored the blood in MK1. That was lame. Then the N64 dropped, and it was like, N64 dropped with Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and it had like half the fucking roster. And I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Then Killer Instinct Gold come out instead of Killer Instinct 2, and there's no Riptor, who's like my main in Killer Instinct. Yeah, just little dumb things like that. Like a lot of dumb shits like that all the time. And like Nintendo never eased up on me and pissing me off since I was a youngin'. Since I was a wee babby. They always found a way to fuck it up for me. Hence why I was always a bit of a PlayStation and PC guy growing up. I see a lot of chats that I've just been straight up not reading. Like, I had to go on my tangent. Not even cheap folding tables. There is one, but it is kind of covered in beer bottles, and I don't want to move them because I don't. We want to see the machine incident here. The macing incident. No, not it. Maybe the macing incident. I don't know. I might pull it up later anyway. If Chris was here, he'd be pissed that Sonichu won't have a Dex number in Scarlet and Violet. Nope. Haha. True. They go out what they do. I did not read that right. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. my brain just forgot how reading works there. It's Wednesday, sup Doom. I know, I thought I was almost gonna miss it, because like I had a last minute phone call right before the stream started. That's why I'm late. Because I had to deal with that at the very last minute. Paper Mario was good. Oh yeah, Paper Mario is probably good. I never actually tried that one. If I remember, oh, till Sticker Star. Yeah, I heard it got worse after that. Family friendly Cucktendo. Yeah. If I remember, Nintendo sent Chris a letter and told him we didn't send you an email. That is funny. That's pretty funny. What else about Nintendo pissed me off? Because, like, I feel like I could make a whole video about my personal beef with Nintendo. From their ports that always, oh, anyone play Fire Emblem? I've played a little bit of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's good. But I need to play more before I can have a real, like, you know, real opinion on it. But it's good, you know, it reminds me of Disgaea. I'm heavy into Disgaea. Bro, the Wii U pissed me off. Everything about the Wii and the Wii U pissed me off. Because it was like every single game. When the Wii came out, it was cool for like a month. Then every game had to have the fucking motion control shit. And it was annoying. Have you ever tried playing Call of Duty with that goddamn setup with the nunchuck and the Wiimote, and you have to like move the cursor around with the Wiimote, and like the gun model in the first person shooter is like flailing around the screen? It's awful, okay? It feels like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with your balls and your like trying to move your balls to solve a Rubik's Cube, i.e. impossible, unless you got some weird like muscle nerve ending shit going on down there. I hated it. Wii Call of Duty was my first introduction to Call of Duty. I am sorry, Prideful Jester. I am so sorry that you had to endure that. And as bad as Star Fox Zero controls. I heard the controls in that game were shit. I heard they were really bad. Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8's pretty good. Mario Kart pretty lit. I liked Double Dash. I do like the GameCube. I wish there was more shit that I liked to play on the GameCube. But, you know. But hey, we got a Serious Sam game on the GameCube. We got a port of Capcom versus SNK. So, you know, it was still a pretty tight console. Was confused playing his Wii World at War and hearing about the zombies mode, which wasn't on until Black Ops. Wait, they didn't have like zombies in World at War on Wii? That sucks. That sucks, but you know, when you have so much space, what can you do? Kirby Air Ride was on GameCube. I played that once. That was aight. Mario Kart's always good. Yeah. The kart racers are always good. Like I'm heavy into CTR. CTR is my shit. I will be a Roo main, a Ripperoo main till the day I die in that game. Speaking of Nintendo, there's a whole Bayonetta debacle. Yeah, I heard some bullshit went down with Bayonetta 3 and like the voice actor and shit. I ain't looked too into it because I I ain't ever really gotten into Bayonetta like that. I feel like I need to get into Ninja Gaiden first before I can get into Bayonetta. Or maybe, considering Ninja Gaiden's difficulty, I should probably do that the other way around now that I think about it. Like it's just dawning on me that Bayonetta is probably more up to my speed and that Ninja Gaiden will clap my cheeks. It was all lies. Lies! Yeah, I heard about that. I think, like, I know I saw, like, a Mudahar video, like, in the background talking about that. Oh, hello, Hod. How are you? You want Devil May Cry, then Bayonetta. Okay, DMC, then Bayonetta, then Ninja Gaiden. Okay. See, my problem is I want to just jump right into Ninja Gaiden because I love the NES Ninja Gaidens. Like, I love the 8-bit Ninja Gaiden games so much. I even liked the Sega Master System Ninja Gaiden. Like, the one no one ever played. But, like, that one was fun, too. I'm just that heavy into the old Ninja Gaidens that I just want to, like, hop into the new Johns. But I know I shouldn't because that will wreck my shit. Oh, Shitcock McPeeboner is here. It ain't Club Kumicus? Yes, Club Kumicus is here. We talking about Nintendo. You know what Nintendo game I really want to play? It's not even a Nintendo game. For a long time, I've been wanting to hop into StarCraft 64. Yeah. Have any of y'all heard of StarCraft 64? StarCraft, the notorious PC, a real-time strategy, the PC RTS that everyone knows about. Yeah, y'all know it had a Nintendo 64 port, apparently. I want to try that so much. I want it so bad. Emulate it? I intend to. I do have a Nintendo 64, but all the games are hyper expensive, and I got my Nintendo 64 is also probably on its last leg because I got it in 2019 from a thrift store in the middle of Philadelphia. It's covered in some kind of weird sticky shit, and the reset button is just glued in place. It cannot move. I don't know what's on it. I know it's sticky. I know every time I try to press it down, it don't budge, and I have to wash my hands after. So I'm probably just gonna emulate it. Get Everdrive? What's Everdrive? Maybe the 64 was owned by Chris? I doubt it, though. I doubt it, because furthest north Chris ever gone was that Ohio trip. And, like, oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, and, like, you know, I don't think they went through Pennsylvania. And I got this Nintendo 64 in Philadelphia. So this must have been some other weirdo who has sex with video game consoles. The old voice actor of Bayonetta lied about price of the role and attacked the new one. Long story short, she did it for clout about voice actors pay, and it ruins the whole by talking and lying. Yeah. Some other weirdo, as if there must be one per state. I mean, technically, yes. I mean, whenever people bring up lolcows and states, whenever I mention Pennsylvania, people automatically remember Randy Stair. He's more of a horror cow than a lolcow, but it still counts. And then Ohio's got Cyrax. And then where's DSP? Nah, I know LTG. I know he's out west, like California or some shit. And then there's just Florida. Florida is just a lolcow itself. Florida's just a living lolcow, like, pretending to be a state. I gotta find the weirdo in my state and film him for YouTube monies. A Nintendo 64 SD cartridge? What was that thing? Does Alabama have a lol cow? Probably. I would assume. I would assume it's mostly the politicians in Alabama. Guys play any Gen 9 on Friday? Oh no, Shift. I haven't played I didn't touch a Pokemon game since X and Y. Those were the last ones I played. I didn't really touch Pokemon. I'm really into RPGs like that, you know. He says after talking about how he's into Skya and Fire Emblem. But that's the thing. I like playing those strategy turn-based ones because they're real easy to emulate on the phone and then like play them in between sets at the gym. Like you can load a state, get a turn in, save a state, you know, and then by the end of that your rest time is over and you can go back to doing like swimmer's press or some shit. And I feel like with Pokemon and other RPGs where there's more of an emphasis on exploration and story, you gotta do, you know, there's a little more that you have to get involved with, and you can't really fit that in between sets. Friday, I'm gonna be watching new Rogue. There's a new Rogue video. He finally dropping shit. In the state, they're most likely Canadian. I heard there's a lot of bullshitters up in Canada, which is funny. Yo, what up, Black Joker? Yeah, apparently he's back, which is you know, crazy to think. It's cray. Oh, he's finally getting the Cobes video out. Okay, that'll be interesting to see. We ain't heard from Rogue in a minute. I wonder what he's gonna do with the brand now that he's been off for like a few months. I'm fighting the urge to talk about Dylan. Like, I'm so bored of Dylan at this point, because like I'm in a server that talks about Dylan, right? You know, just to see if there's anything I need to catch up on for a Chill Dill 4, and it's a snore fest. Like he made his Sonichu review reboot, which, you know, is still confusing to me, because at that point it's like why? It's like, why not just continue it? You stopped at issue 5. Just go from like 6 onward. Why do we gotta hear all the same takes from the first time again? You know, it's not like he's doing anything different other than he has that Lava or whatever her name is person with him. It's not really anything all that new. Your beef with Nintendo is like me with Games Workshop. What's Games Workshop? I might know what that is. I'm just drunk. You ever watch Cyrax? Yes, Black Joker. Matter of fact, I was just watching Smokey McCrack's latest Cyrax video, and I straight up spewed beer from my nose when Cyrax was geeking out at Marty. He's like, "You better pay me, motherfucker, unless you're not the businessman you claim to be." And that, like, when I heard that, my face turned red, and I spewed beer from my nose, and the shit hurt. That was so funny. It's like the dude's a troll on the internet. Like, he give a damn about being considered a real businessman. Like, that dude been capping from the jump. Why would he give a shit? Unless you're not the businessman you claim to be. It's like, goddamn, that shit had me dying. That shit was fucking funny. Pay me now, Morty, or else Smith on your girl. Yeah. He kept threatening to snitch on him to his girl. It's like, his girlfriend's not gonna care either. Oh yeah, you made it, Dream. What's up? Oh, who owns Warhammer 40K? I'm always confused about Warhammer shit. Is it Is, like, do you mean figurines or, like, a set for Warhammer 40k or, like, one of the games? I just know there's a lot of Warhammer shit. And I don't know which is which. Cheddar knows, because Cheddar's heavy into tabletop. In fact, he's been making custom Warhammer figures for, like, the past year. But, you know, I don't know any of that shit. The most tabletop I do is, like, the occasional D&D one-shot with the bros. Christian went to Ohio. They were at some point. There was a point where Chris and Cyrax were in close proximity. That's funny. Putting some new art in my hard drive for archiving. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, Cyrax finally mentioned Smokey. That was really funny. That was really funny. I loved that. It's like the guy who smokes too much meth. It's like, I don't think... Smokey's not known for smoking meth. He's known for smoking pot and cigarettes. Which, you know, but like, who isn't? But like, meth... It's like, where'd he get meth from? Where the hell did that come from? Club Doom plays a mean Monopoly. Oh, Games Workshop. They're the owners of Warhammer. Okay. They killed an entire fan animation on YouTube? That sucks. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. It reminds me of when Nintendo gave Alvin Earthworm a cease and desist when he tried to reboot Super Mario Bros. Z. Remember Super Mario Bros. Z? I love that shit. I love sprite animated fights, like well-animated sprite fights. Like, there's another one that's, like, made in either China or, like, some East Asian country. And it's called King of Fighters Mark of the Soul. And that shit banging. Like, that's some of the most fluent shit I've ever seen. Choreography, top-notch. Cyrax look like a deformed Walter White. I'll do you one better, Shift. Cyrax to me has always kind of looked like what how I imagine old people imagine Rob Zombie looks like. Like back in the day when I was heavy into Rob Zombie, and like my grandparents would see the Hellbilly Deluxe cover because I had like a poster of it when I was young. Like Cyrax is what they probably imagined Rob Zombie looks like. Dragula, hell yeah. In the back of my Dragula. Smokey Bacrack, my neck. Oh, man. It's been 20 minutes. I still ain't even talk about the Quickie article yet. Still no Skull Scratcher comedy. My man Music Biz Marty got robbed. I love Marty. I love Marty so much. I love when Marty's like Cyrax is like, baby now, baby now, baby now. Like that ain't even an exaggeration. That deadass what he doing in the stream. And Marty just sitting there saying, what's your PayPal? How do I pay you? Are you going to answer? And then Cyrax never answers. He just keeps repeating the same shit. Yes, that's right, Ruben. Rob Zombie was in Twisted Metal 4. He one of my mains in TM4. TM4, as much as the Twisted Metal community hate it, I love it because, well, number one, because it is a shit show. I ain't going front. I'll keep it 100. That game was a shit show. But I grew up with it, so I kind of adapted to its crap factor. Because, like, Chedo, Wookie, and we'd play like 3-4 player Twisted Metal 4 all the time growing up. I loved that shit. He likes Sonny from Vice City. If Chris was into 40k. Fun fact, at least Chris never got into Warhammer. That would break his heart. Yeah. Alright. It's been 25 minutes about. I should read some of this. Or we could keep talking. It don't really matter. This stream was not planned out. Cause like I said, this week's been awful. I ain't even know. I was gonna plan to use the last half hour before the stream to plan out what I wanted to do for the stream. And then I got a phone call. So we're just gonna read some shit and laugh. Alright, so Nintendo is a multinational video game company from Kyoto, Japan. It was founded in 1889. Okay, and started off producing playing cards. During the latter half of the 20th century, it started getting more and more involved with video games. In 1977, 5 years before the birth of Chris, Nintendo brought out its first gaming console, the Color TV Games. It is now one of 3 chief competitors in the market next to Microsoft and Sony. Chris currently owns several Nintendo consoles, as well as a shitload of games for them. For a long time, before the PlayStation 3 came along, Animal Crossing was the biggest game in his life. And he made an hour-long Animal Crossing documentary, which we did a short about. I intend on doing more shorts throughout November, since this month has sucked. I have no idea when the next video dropping. I intend on next video being part 2 of Chris in the Game Place. And then after Chris in the Game Place, I'm going to do a video on Namco High, which is a Namco dating sim, which is really funny. I wanted to try that. But enough self-promo. Let's get back to the funny. Let's see. In which he would tell Nintendo about his many personal problems and how much he hated the Sony PlayStation. It still remains his longest video to date. That's right. Yeah, Chris was like Chris was like the definition of TMI in that video, and I love it. That's right, Dream. Namco dating sim. There's a whole bunch of different Namco characters you can date. You can date Lolo from Klonoa. You can date the ship from Galaga. You can date Richard Miller from Time Crisis, which that might be my playthrough, because Richard Miller is a badass. Some cat from Mappy, and then a bunch of anime motherfuckers from like Japanese Namco games I've never heard of. So it should be a fun time. I refuse to believe the words Namco dating sim are a legal combination of words. I don't know, it could be illegal. But if so, then I'm gonna get me some contraband. How could you date a frickin' ship? I don't know, but Jaden Animations did a video on it, and they did the Galaga ship run. She did the Galaga ship run, and I think the plot for that is something to do with a school play of Romeo and Juliet, and you are trying desperately to get the role of Romeo because Galaga ship got Juliet, something like that. Where did you get the audio of the Scotsman Smash Brothers rant? Oh yeah, it was a Twitter meme for a hot minute. I'm not sure if you can still find it on Twitter, but what was it? I just looked up FGC or fighting games Scotsman diss, because yeah, it was a thing that was floating around the fighting game community for a hot minute back in like early 2022, late 2021, and it's just the Scotsman. It's just someone was just passing around this audio clip of like someone's best Scotsman impression, like just roasted someone's fighting game style. It's hilarious. I love it. Odds one out is mid. What's odds one out? I'm always lost on everything. Alright, so let's see here. I want to find the 4chan Scotsman one where they made a meme of everyone in Pole. That would be fun. I think I've seen that one before, but I don't know. Scotsman for Multiverses. Hell yeah! I might actually get Multiverses if they put the Scotsman in it. The Scotsman was kick-ass. Thanks for the clip. Hey, no problem. An animation YouTuber who got their own cartoon. Wait, which one is that? Is that Jaden or is that someone else? I'm still lost. I'm still lost on everything. I'm always lost because I'm drunk. Along with Sonic the Hedgehog, Pokemon was his inspiration for creating Sonichu. This was actually positively covered by Nintendo Power Magazine, because they probably did not know what the fuck he was on about. My cat's just running around for no reason. The annoying orange. Versus Jon Snow. That would be interesting. I would be interested in seeing that one. Because I remember Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Oh, that's right. I forgot Jay-Z was involved. Not really, but it was funny. The extent of Chris's Nintendo fanboyism in the early mid-2000s is demonstrated in the first issue of Sonichu's News Dash, where Chris describes the release of the new Sonic Heroes on PS2 and Xbox as an ethical mistake. He's technically not wrong. I mean, the reason the PS2 version of Sonic Heroes be a glitchy mess was because it was like very very last minute. Like, apparently Sony heard that Xbone and GameCube was like, you know, they was getting a new Sonic game, and they were like, hey yo, Sega, you better make one for us too. You better not leave us out. You better not leave us hanging, or else we ain't supporting any yo shit. No House of the Dead. No Time... No, well, not Time Crisis. That's fucking Namco. No House of the Dead. No Crazy Taxi. No Virtua Fighter. You know, so you better hook us up. And Sega was like, oh, okay, please don't bully us. Please don't bully us, Sony Senpai Sony Sama. So, yeah, they rushed a shitty PS2 version out as quick as humanly possible. So it could technically be considered an ethical mistake. And goes on to claim the PS2 and Xbox versions they remained dusty on the shelves, while the GameCube version sold out. In reality, the GameCube port of Heroes would be outsold by the PS2 port. So, okay. So it was outsold, but... Alright, that just goes to show you can outsell a glitchy inferior version, so long as you know the involved parties got enough clout. A little marketing tip for y'all. Dino Crisis was lit. I ain't actually played Dino Crisis. I should hit that shit up. That sound like fun. Oh yeah, we had the House of the Dead shit. And Overkill. I loved Overkill. Overkill was great. In 2010... Oh wait, no. During the epic Miyamoto saga in 2008 and 2009, Chris was trolled by Clyde Cash, impersonating various Nintendo officials, including Shigeru Miyamoto, Takashi Tezuka, Reggie Fils-Aimé, and the Nintendo lawyer Jay-Z. Oh, that's great. In 2010, Nintendo's Flipbook Hatena service became a major part of Chris's ongoing love quest. Yes, and we actually did a stream talking about Flipnote Hatena, because we were doing like a little mini-series on Chris's social medias. In 2011, Chris felt betrayed by his favorite company for not porting the Flipnote software quick enough. In several videos Chris released in 2011, a giant Me AR card is visible on Chris's wall. This particular item was only available to Club Nintendo members for the price of 300 coins. So then on December of 2013, a user on 4chan's VBoard discovered Chris's Miiverse account and posted pictures of some of his posts. This means Chris had spent taxpayer money on a Wii U. Ah! On January 10th, 2015, Chris posted on his Fix Sonic's Arms Immediately Sega group that he will permaban anybody who talks about Mario on the group, especially after the weaning that occurred on the page, mentioning that Sonic Team definitely kicks the plumbers' butts. In January of 2017, Chris revealed in a personal text message that he had no opinion about the upcoming Nintendo Switch, as he was preoccupied with what I could not tell you. When's Chris ever busy with anything? On March 7th, 2019, Chris uploaded very cool birthday present, an unboxing of a Nintendo Switch sent to him as a gift from Sarah and Steve. Oh yeah, apparently there was like a couple who were like trying to coddle Chris for some reason, because people are fucking weird. What's going on in the chat? I want PlayStation All-Stars 2. Okay. You know what? You're not alone. Maximum Bepis, one of our, one of the co-hosts here on Club Doom every now and then, he actually likes PlayStation All-Stars. And, he plays it online via emulator. And I didn't hate it. It kind of felt like a Smash Bros meets Thrill Kill with characters I actually know. One of my biggest problems with Smash, like, especially back in the day, was, like, I ain't know who half the people on that roster was. I was always like, I'll pick this guy with a sword because I keep trying to play Donkey Kong and getting my ass whooped, so maybe the guy with the sword will do better, since he has a sharp weapon. But in PlayStation All-Stars, I know who Parappa is. I know who Heihachi is. I know who Spike is. I know who Daniel Fortescue is. I know, Sweet Tooth, obviously. Big Twisted Metal fan. Like, I actually knew the characters. So, like, I could... Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper. Were Ratchet and Clank in that game? I'm thinking about it right now. I don't think Ratchet and Clank were in that one. Were Ratchet and Clank in that game? I don't recall seeing them in that game. Well, no wonder it fucking flopped. They were too busy putting fucking Mac Daddy or whoever the fuck from BioShock in there. He ain't even a PlayStation exclusive character. And not put Ratchet in, and then they're wondering why the fuck it ain't sell. A Shonen Jump Smash, that would be fun. Yeah, Jak and Daxter were in it, yeah. But I don't think Ratchet and Clank were in it. And then imagine a Microsoft one. A Microsoft one would be sad. Because Microsoft ain't really ever been about, like, having a lot of exclusive IPs. It would be... Let's see, what would that consist of? That would be Master Chief... maybe Blinks if one of the developers were drunk enough. The Marcus Williams or whatever his name is from Gears of War. Maybe Minecraft Steve. and that's it. You get maybe 4 playable characters. That would be the Microsoft one. I'd main Blinks. I gotta rep my boy Blinks. Blinks does not get enough love. I do like the Blinks games. Yeah, you're right, Prideful Jester. A PlayStation All-Stars 2 would have a pretty lackluster roster. Especially since they won't be able to get Crash and Spyro and shit. Alright, I always forget Banjo and Kazooie are owned by Microsoft. Played Jump Force before and it had surprising lack of series reps compared to Victory VS. Yeah, I heard J-Stars and Jump Force weren't as good as like the older ones they used to do. Because they used to do like older ones of that series back in like the Game Boy days and like DS days. The in the comic section's really small. What's the Wiimote of fail? Alright. The Wii remote of fail is the result of Chris taking it upon himself to paint custom Sonic Hue colors on his Wii remote and nunchuck during an autistic epiphany. He thought that Mr. Miyamoto-san of Nintendo would like to see these, so he then showed them off to the world in his YouTube video, Quick to Mr. Miyamoto. It made cameo appearances as a go-kart in Mod Nation Racers. I forget. First as a pre-made casket car, that Chris simply called a Wiimote. He would then recolor it with his own personal touch, just like many other things in his life. So he basically, I imagine he broke his Wiimote. I imagine he broke it, like painting it with shit, because I don't think dollar store paint and expensive electronics really mesh well. It was offered for sale on eBay in 2018 during the financial crisis. Of course it was. The paint broke it. Oh yeah, everyone's saying the paint broke it. Nice. Nice. Nintendo Switch. Alright, so the Nintendo Switch is a hybrid video game console, capable of being both a at-home console and a portable device. They are correct. It is a good... The Switch is pretty cool. I will admit, I'm not usually a big fan of Nintendo's console gimmicks, because as I talked about before, the Wiimote was cool for like 10 minutes, then became a fucking disaster when every single game wanted to implement it. But the the Switch was actually a really good idea. You know, it's good for on the go. Like, what was I watching? Like, just last week, I was watching a video by Sabaton. They were doing a vlog because they were out in another country doing a tour. And they're like, yeah, when we're not, like, recording music on the go while on tour, we just kind of chill and play Mario Kart. It's like, that's good. That's good shit. If we have the Switch now, then I bet the next console gonna be called Nintendo Swap. I see you, Prideful Jester. Probably covered the speakers with paint and made it sound good. Nice. Might get a Steam Deck. Ooh, yes. I've heard good things about the Steam Deck. Yeah, the Nintendo Swap. Okay. Uh-oh. Guys, there's a thing called Club Nintendo. We might have competition. Let's see, much like the PlayStation 4... Wait a minute. Yeah, much like the PlayStation 4, Chris originally had no interest in buying the Switch despite his brand loyalty to Nintendo and his interest in systems and immediate predecessor. Oh, okay. Chris in video games. This would change on 7 March 2019, because Europe, I guess, when he was gifted one by 2 fans named Sarah and Steve. He recorded very cool birthday present to show it off, inadvertently revealing they were concealing some shady ulterior motives. Of course they were. Weens always be fucking around. Weens always be on that, like, catfish, but not really shit. Weens just want clout. That's what it is. Weens usually just on that clout chaser shit. And clout is a disease. Blackie Speaks on YouTube said so. Also, that and a lot of people on Instagram chasing clout are obnoxious as shit. I can't stand Instagram. I missed this part about the Mii. I don't know if anyone really cares. But I can read it. I might just read it, because, like, I don't think we have that much time of the stream left anyway. I usually like to do these for about an hour, maybe 2 hours. But, I got a lot going on, so I should probably just stick to 1 hour this time. A Mii is a cartoon version of oneself using various Nintendo games and services. Chris wrote a poem on the topic in Mumble 7. A poem? Why a poem? What is the poem? Where's the poem? I'm curious what this poem is. Okay, Control F. Poem. What do you mean what do you mean 0 results, Control F? You kidding me? This obviously says poem. So when the hell does the poem come up? This is some bullshit. Insists that Rule 34 of Angelica Rosichu is, masturbating and enjoying it is... What? 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 Premarital sex is forbidden? Yeah. Yeah, in Christianity, makes sense. Chris compares it to using porn to practice and learn skills for later. Oh no! Guys, what have we stumbled upon? This was just supposed to be some fun Nintendo jolly, you know. Who's Zapina? Yawning Squirtle. I don't know who that is. He sings the song from the Boondocks. No. The rabbit hole. Dive. Oh, clear his throat. Well, I didn't have... Where is the poem? I'm so annoyed that the poem ain't just readily available. I have to, like, dig for it. Amidst all the Rule 34 and homosexuality and Boondocks references. Art supplies. About dildo. Talks about dildos to prove his strength. Oh my goodness. Chris defends his Rule 34. Of course. Chris impersonates various cartoon characters. Where is the poem? We're gonna find it eventually. Oh, okay. Oh wait, no. No, this isn't. This ain't about Mii's. Okay. I give up. We ain't gonna find it in there. But hey, maybe Mumble 7 will be something fun to look at, cause look at how much shit there be in this. This might be good for like a long stream. I like the little gif. Look at this. Still going. They said a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit. To prove his strength. Yeah. Prove the strength of his bunghole. Oh, Chris being feisty here. We might need some context. Accented woman, but you basically abandoned her for Julie. But I did not basically abandon her for Julie. That is what it appears or seems like. Two sighs. Two consecutive sighs. She could still be alive, you never know. Other fan. Even if she isn't alive, take solace in the fact with her perfectly barbecued remains fed to survivors. Shut up! What a dick. Still going. Alright. The mobile chats sound fun. We might actually cover those at some point. Alright. Where were we? On your Game Boy Advance SP, create your Mii, then... Oh! This might actually... I think we have the poem right here. We went all the way into that other tab for nothing. On your Game Boy Advance SP, create your Mii... They weren't on the SP... Chris, I have some unfortunate news. You cannot make a Mii in the Game Boy Advance. It is not possible. They were not introduced until the Wii. Create your Mii, then play it on Wii with your PSP hooked on your PS3, cause it's fun, you see. You never play that Xbox 360 because it's stupid and you're no dummy. The 360's not stupid. It had Left 4 Dead and Halo 3 and a bunch of other games that weren't Left 4 Dead and Halo 3. Crackdown was a thing. Serious Sam Collection was also on PS3. Not with that Attitude Club. I guess not. He also told a version of this poem to Megan. In 2011, Chris got a giant Mii AR card and put it on his wall. Many Miis appeared in Super Smash Bros. Videos. That's right. That's right. I forgot. Chris would make Miis of like people in his life and have them fight. I think there was one where it's like they beat the shit out of Cole Smithy. Like him, Bob, and Barb kicked the shit out of a Cole Smithy meme because you know, Smithy wasn't donating money to his, you know, excommunicated family. Memes of autism, Chris half-sibling, Carol, David, and Cole. At some point, I'm gonna have to see if I can find a thing about this, because this was funny. He had the autism meme. But yeah, that's really the whole thing. This drawing's like smaller than I anticipated. I thought this was gonna be a lot bigger. I thought this was gonna be a lot bigger. Crackdown 3 wasn't good. Yeah, I heard Crackdown 3 wasn't. I heard Crackdown 3 was a flop. That's sad. Because I remember playing Crackdown or Crackdown 2 at a friend's house. And, you know, that shit was pretty fun. So it's a shame 3 ain't turn out so good. I'm stuttering a lot. I should not drink so much before doing these streams. Maybe I wouldn't be so tired. But anyway, I didn't really have much planned for this stream. Because, yeah, reasons. I think 53 minutes is a good mark. I think it's a good mark. At some point, let's see. Next week, it will be the 23rd. I think by then I will be off from work. So I might actually be able to plan like an actually good stream. Not that these are terrible or anything. These are definitely fun. But, oh, there's a dope Mii. Like Doom Slayer Mii. Oh, right, in Smash. I'm forgetting about that. But yeah, I'm thinking next week we could probably actually have like a fully planned out stream. You like these streams, Dream? Yeah, they do got a vibe to them. They got a freeform vibe to them. They got an improv vibe to them, which I'm down with. I know, Dream. I can't wait to make more videos. The next 2 videos are gonna be so much fun. And then, of course, I got a couple surprise projects in store that aren't video or stream related. I think they will be fun. I just gotta get them, like, actually recorded and shit. But yeah, that's... But next stream next week, we might actually have, like, a good one planned out. I might invite, like, Wookie or Beef or Cheddar to one of them. It depends on who I can contact and when. But that'll be fun. But until then, I think we should end it here. Just cut it off here. This be Keenan Corella of Club Doom. I had fun here. This was a neat little distraction. I hope y'all had fun here. I hope, you know, I hope you had a good time listening to me ramble about my own personal beefs with Nintendo. Because I do got a couple. But, you know, it's just dumb video game stuff. And, with that, I think that's everything. Yeah. I gotta go take care of more life BS, so I will, you know, always watch the community wall. I always like updating the community wall. It's like having social media, but, like, it's like having a social media page, but people actually pay attention to it. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. This was fun. I gotta get the snap right. I'm at a weird angle here. Sweet nectar.